Hi, I'm Steve Smith from Wired Family, and this is my 5-minute take. Recently, a U.S. appeals court held up a law requiring TikTok Chinese parent company, ByteDance, to sell its ownership of TikTok in the United States by early 2025. TikTok argued that the law would harm free speech. The court disagreed, and so do I. But kids and even adults have many other apps that are not owned by an adversary to express themselves. So what's the big deal? TikTok is just this cute little app that's really gotten the attention of the Western world, right? Well, it's much more than that. First off, understand that even though we buy much of our clothing, our pharmaceuticals, pet foods, and electronics from China, they're also a major source of fentanyl. And get this, in the 19 and a half years of the Vietnam War, America lost about 58,000 military personnel. But just a couple of years ago, in 2022, around 74,000 people in the United States died from an overdose involving fentanyl. Those people left empty seats at Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, Hanukkah, weddings, and other celebrations in the past, now, and into the future. So is the Chinese Communist Party an adversary? Well, you tell me. Understand that current and future wars are less about bombs and more about psyops, brain hacks, to change the hearts and minds of the opposition. So how often do we sit there thinking that, well, this isn't going to impact my kid? Yet TikTok knows where your kids are. They know what they're doing, what they like and dislike, and what their triggers are. It's positioned to leverage these when it best suits the Chinese Communist Party. But almost as if TikTok wanted to prove that indeed they can change the hearts and minds of an entire generation through their social engineering, they did just that. They sent alerts to both kids and adults on their phones, asking users to contact their representatives to stop the ban right there on their phones. In effect, they attempted to interfere with the legislative process in the United States, using their technology and their algorithms to do just that. Look, TikTok knows more about what motivates and angers our kids and even adults than we do. ByteDance is masterful with brain hacks written into their algorithm to keep people engaged. Now, all free major apps do this, but TikTok does it much better. Consider this, China doesn't even allow America's version of TikTok in their own country. Instead, their version is called Douyin, still owned by ByteDance, and it highlights achievements in the arts, academics, athletics, and patriotism. America's version of TikTok highlights secular materialism, funny dances, cat videos, and at times, an awful lot of adult content. Doesn't it make you wonder why China doesn't think it's okay for their kids, but is just fine for your kids? China's Douyin provides their kids with the equivalent of meat, fruit, and vegetables for their brains. Ours gives American kids ice cream and salty, fat-ridden snacks for their brains. But consider, you think it's TikTok's fault? Is it our kids' fault? No, it's parents' fault. Or whoever the guardian is. We bought the phones and allowed the apps on their devices. First off, most of us really do care about the food that we put into the bodies of our kids. We clutch our pearls if there's too much salt, sugar, or red dye. We don't really seem to care what our kids' eyes and ears and brains consume. And by the way, this has been going on for years, not just on apps, but on the videos that kids watch, the films that they go see, the television programs that they watch, much of them Disney shows, and also by the music that they listen to, many times on Spotify. Look, psychology and knowledge of human behavior go into the design of every app, and it impacts our kids. Look, we have to realize that everything that kids do on TikTok or other apps is recorded, it's analyzed, and it's sold. With TikTok, by Chinese law, the data from your child must be shared with the Chinese Communist Party. Who thinks that's okay? Now, we still think that war only involves bombs and guns. But today, apps, networks, and data are the new and perhaps the most powerful munitions in our lifetime. From my perspective, TikTok is the Trojan horse of this generation. So give some thought to the apps that are on your kids' devices. Make an effort to know more about the content and the apps that your kids have access to than they do. And if you do that, it's a giant step in the right direction. Now, thanks for taking time to tune into our program today. And if you're interested in the Wired Family presenting at your school, church, business, or organization, simply email marybeth@awiredfamily.org. And consider ordering our newest book, Social Media and the Silent Experiment, The Demise of Childhood. You can get that on Amazon. You can also get that at awiredfamily.org. For now, I'm Steve Smith at A Wired Family, and that's my 5-minute take.